happening in front of me. And I understand its limitations and all that. And so, like you said, I'm just using it. We're live, by the way.
Yeah, no, like when I was using it for
I'm using it almost as like it's almost like playing a video game.
Yeah, no, that's why I was like just using it as secretary for that Witcher stuff, and that's what I was like.
That's honestly a really cool use of that I didn't think of yet, because I don't want to scour the internet for game information.
Right. I thought it would, but it would be way more helpful. But then it started doing this too. I was like, don't forget, I'm in the end game of Witcher, past all the story content. So some of the playable people will be locked. And it was like, don't worry, that book you have that's like a miraculous guide to Gwent, it's like, it'll tell you what cards are still available. Hi. It'll tell you what cards are still available that you can obtain. Even it won't tell you ones that are locked out. So
gotcha.
I was like, oh, thanks. So then it was like, yeah, you need to go see this merchant. And then like finally I told it stop restructuring every time I ask you a question. It's like, let's just answer my question and continue on with this list. And it was like, yeah, sorry. And then I was like, hey, I looked for this guy and I can't find him. Can you give me a more specific? It was like, you need to go to this signpost. I was like, I can't find that signpost. And it was like, wow, you were right to call me out on that one. That signpost does not exist. And I was like,
not that big of a deal, guy.
It was so funny because it was like, you know, when like a toddler gives you instructions, how broken it is, and then they'll just absolutely change the rules at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
It was kind of doing that to me, and I was like, okay, this is frustrating. And then it was like, okay, the merchant is here. And I was like, okay. So I ended up finding him. So I was like, okay, he does exist. And I clicked on him, and it didn't offer me like the dialogue option to play Gwent against him. And so I was like, oh, that guy didn't offer Gwent. And it was like, oh, you're right. I forgot we were looking for merchants that strictly want to play Gwent. I was like, that was the whole point of this. Bro, we're making cookies. What kind of cookies you guys making?
We were making cookies. Ginger snap. No, wait a minute.
I'm making waffles.
She doesn't know. You don't know yet, huh? Her favorite cookie was ginger snaps, weren't they?
I don't know.
Yeah. She likes ginger snaps.
We're making cookies. I don't know, chocolate, but with cinnamon?
Interesting. So that is in vein of a Mexican style dessert. There's a Mexican...
Like churros? Or not?
Kind of. There's a Mexican chocolate candy bar that's very popular that has cinnamon in it, and they're delicious.
Dude, you said that sentence so flawlessly. I just want to appreciate that. Cinnamon in it. I couldn't do it.
You lost the lemon? That's concerning.
It sounds like code for something.
Isn't that concerning? Damn, I am.
Damn, I am.
I said that earlier before I texted you, and I was like, man, I feel like making grown-up Dr. Seuss. Damn, I am. My back's a wreck. My head feels like junk. The face, that thing came back. Are jellyfish alive?
Are jellyfish alive? Why wouldn't they be?
Well, they don't have any, like, nervous system.
Well, they're closer to, like, microorganisms.
There's something weird with them like that, where they don't have, like, a full nervous system or something.
Because aren't they technically... they're one of those animals that's, like, technically immortal.
Yeah, they just have a nerve net and not a central brain. They have no brain or heart.
I feel like still neither do plants, and those things are alive.
And neither do politicians.
Dude, who's that guy?
You hear that joke where it says, the surgeons talking about their favorite people to operate on? And the one guy said, blue collar guys because they don't care if you got extra parts left over or whatever. And then I forgot what the middle one was. It's a joke too. And then the last guy goes, politicians. They go, why? And they go, well, they got no brain, no spine, no balls, and their head and their ass are interchangeable.
That's phenomenal.
Man, I'm having a hard time seeing.
Only the immortal jellyfish are. Alright, what kind of sentence is that? They're not immortal. Only the immortal ones. But how do they die of old age? What do you mean?
Well, they don't have no brain and no heart. Like, what is it?
It's what they're called. I'm just saying. I guess there's an immortal jellyfish.
Yeah, there is an immortal jellyfish.
Let's say, because in one sentence she denied what I was saying, affirmed what I was saying, and then asked a question that just wanted clarity from what I was saying. So I was very confused.
Immortal jellyfish sounds like a cool
band name. I call it
something.
Dude, there's got to be a band called the Immortal
I'm sure
Jellyfish.
There's a band called the Immortal Jellyfish. You ever seen a vampire squid, Ayako? It's horrifying. Are jellyfish alive?
What do tigers dream of? You know what that's from?
No.
It's from The Hangover when he's playing the piano and they're all like messed up and they have Mike Tyson's tiger in that room.
Oh.
And he just starts playing this piano and he's like, what do tigers dream of?
So you're going like, are they alive? This is a weird debate because people debate whether or not it's ethical to kill a child before the age of 2 because they're not aware of themselves. Like they don't count like that as life, almost.
The rational moral argument or moral agent.
I saw
argument.
it resurface again, which surprised the crud out of me. But you take something without a brain and a heart, and you say, I mean, is it alive?
What do tigers dream of?
Jellyfish like a plant. I mean,
how am I doing this so wrong all the time?
yeah, they're alive, but they aren't sentient. There's a lot of living things that are like that. I think why it couldn't be a plant is it probably does have biological functions that it needs to do that aren't exactly like a plant, but I see where you're coming from. All right, let's ask God.
I did not mean that letter. Hello, it's Broku.
Broku, dude.
Dude, I don't understand Henry Cavill's face shape. Not making any sense.
Oh yeah, so okay, when we ask God, I'll quit calling GPT God. Bacteria, right? It's
Catholic Church is gonna bust in the door and kill
It's
you.
just one cell, but it's considered alive. We're made of trillions and we're considered alive. It has a metabolism. Even plants do, to fit into what Ayako was even saying, like treating it like a plant almost. Like plants have a metabolism. Homeostasis. That's an interesting thing that I wouldn't have considered. Internal stability. So we regulate our body temperature, for instance, and cells balance water and chemical levels. Nice. You're going to be certified tech, bro. Good luck, dude. I bet you got that. No problem.
Let's go.
Okay, so something that's alive grows through a genetic structure, DNA and RNA. So a crystal can grow, but it doesn't grow through the biological process from genetic instructions.
Did have it right.
Then the reproduction aspect of it. All right, did you come from parents, or does it just multiply itself? A response towards stimuli. Plants grow towards light. Humans pull away from heat that's too hot. It said one of the more controversial things to bring up is a virus. This is pretty interesting. I'm glad I asked GPT this. This is very fascinating.
One of the more controversial things to bring up is a virus?
Yeah, about whether or not it's alive. It has genetic material. They evolve, and we have proof of that. But they aren't made of cells. They don't metabolize on their own. And they can't reproduce without a host. So it says scientists to this day argue that the virus is not really technically alive.
That's wild.
Right? That is weird. We are talking about, Mr. Roku, if jellyfish are alive or not. Because it doesn't have a brain or a heart. It's just a network of nerves. She said I'm a genius because it is a little more like a plant. I mean, it really kind of is more like a plant. So this is its simple summary. Is it made of cells? Does it use energy? Does it maintain an internal balance? Does it grow and develop? Can it reproduce even asexually? Does it respond to its environment, and is there proof of it evolving? Let's see, but look, guys, I think this is more so where, what does it say? A separate being? I don't know. A separate being. I'm not following that. A separate being. Is it? Let's do the philosophical.
A separate being is in separate from plants? Is that what you're saying? Or it's a being that is not classified like anything else, so it's its own classification, I think. Is that what you're saying? Right. Have you seen the jellyfish closer to the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah, that's...
Are she talking about the real long ones that are real creepy and they have like the...
Yeah, those things are weird.
They go like
dude.
this? The simple rat?
Yeah, they're like this.
And then it goes like this. I'm gonna be 95 and making that joke.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. With no memories of your life, just go.
My grandkids are gonna be like, I'm gonna be like the simple rat, and they're gonna like, dude, Grandpa, shut up.
He's gonna lean over and go, "Hey, what's Ayako think?"
Chat, are we cooked?
Yeah, and he's gonna be like, so nobody's gonna know who the hell he's talking about. I think about SpongeBob every time I hear about jellyfish. Okay, so this is the more philosophical take. The biological view. This is the traditional scientific definition. Life is cell-based, carbon-based, DNA, RNA, metabolism, and shows evidence of evolution by natural selection. AI is not alive. Alien life would be alive only if it meets similar biochemical criteria, even if its chemistry is different. The definition is practical because it's measurable, but it might be too narrow. Some scientists and philosophers argue life is about organization, not material. Under this view, something is alive if it maintains itself, processes energy and information, adapts, self-repairs, evolves, has internal boundaries, acts autonomously.
I always like how Roku's just like, Ayako's like, is it a separate being? What is it? Is it alive but not at the same time? Is it Schrodinger's cat? You know, like, and then Roku's like, I tell you guys, I'm gonna go to a rage room on Saturday.
That's dope, though.
I want to go to one of those just because I feel like it'd be cool. So here's an
I
interesting...
might not be alive because it says it maintains itself.
So I was actually... So it's funny that you said that.
That's pretty funny.
It's because in my head, I immediately had this thought, okay, then is something alive just anything that can push it back against entropy? Because entropy requires a conscious effort to resist, right?
I feel like we've even had this conversation before. I bet we had this in the Sunday school class.
It had to have, because I feel like I remember stuff like this.
I do too.
But then, like, again, a baby, if you just leave it alone, it'll die. But not technically, because it will still stay alive. Like, its systems will still function in a way that's trying to keep it alive.
Yeah.
So then is that the second layer of, like, this goes way off out in the woods with a different idea. But is that why the second layer of morality of man is like to take care of your life, but also to help others take care of their lives, is because there is an element of it where it's like it has to be helped by an outside force also.
I don't know.
I think a jellyfish is alive, Roku said.
I think so. I think by these definitions it is, which is probably why they came to this conclusion. But I understand and respect the original question, because it doesn't have a heart or a brain. So it's like, man, what the heck is it? So now AI is talking about whether or not it's alive.
AI is alive? Why'd he throw his hat in the ring?
He did.
Little creep.
So we're gonna. What's going on here? It's not just. So I think to answer what you're getting at, bro, is not alive. What I think to get what you're getting at, Ayako, is you have your it's not wrong either that you're doing this. I'm just going to help you make this distinction. I think you're searching for a metaphysical answer, meaning beyond the physical part of us, for a physical question. So we need to separate those two things.
That's a great point.
There's actual biological science to show that the jellyfish is alive. And what you keep asking is a deep and cool question. But that's a metaphysical, beyond the physical part of the question, that from that perspective, no, the jellyfish isn't alive. It's a slimy sting plant floating in the ocean. See, it moves and knows when to sting people, which is one of the criteria of it being alive. But to answer her deeper metaphysical question, no, it isn't alive, if that's going to be your standard, because it can't feel and reason, it can't think about the future or the past. It probably doesn't even understand what the present is.
I don't know why. It made me think of that meme where some guy during a solar eclipse, they were on the lake and he took a fish out of the lake and put solar eclipse glasses and just held it up to look at it. And they're like, imagine that you were just plucked from your surroundings by God and shown a cosmic event for which you could never explain nor even understand, and then just cast back into your measly existence without being able to comprehend what it is that just happened to you.
Yeah, for real.
I just think this is funny.
Yeah.
And what's funny is it's such a deep post, but it's just a dude drunk on the lake.
Oh,
I was like,
dude.
I'm gonna show this fish the eclipse.
Check it out, Ninja. What is this?
Is it alive or dead 101? If it move, it is alive. If it don't move, it is dead. Also, Pistons up by 15. Go Bulls, dude.
Okay, what is this? And it stings when it touches anything. It doesn't have to be alive. Oh, yeah. No. I think she is right. I think it just stings you. I think because they warn you about don't even touch the dead jellyfish.
Yeah. So
because it'll sting you.
A good point to reaffirm that too is the only interaction I had with a jellyfish, which I did get stung, was I went to.
I'm pretty sure I got lit up by a bunch of little ones one time.
So that's kind of what it was with me. It was
because I was like, why in the hell do I burn?
Yeah, and it hurts and it doesn't stop.
And I did, and then later we saw a bunch of little jellyfish, and I was like, I think them bastards just swooped over here and
we were on like a rocky outcrop in Florida, and we were walking around in the water, and it was really sharp rocks, so we stayed away from those. But it was really wavy too, so if you were like by them, it would throw you into them and it would hurt. A school of jellyfish, I think, was by, got slapped into those sharp rocks and just exploded throughout the water. So there was just bits of jellyfish all over the place in the water.
What do we miss here? Looks like the chat's popping. Are they talking to each other?
I think so.
Oh, I hate the ocean, Ayako. I have a thing, like, I'm not a very good swimmer, and there's no hope for me. I think water is disgusting. I don't want to swim. I'll swim in your pool if I know you. That's it. I don't want to get in a river. I don't want to get in the ocean.
That sounds like a really deep saying.
It does.
I'll swim in your pool if I know you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the ocean's disgusting and disturbing. So it's saying AI doesn't maintain itself. It doesn't have a metabolism. It can't reproduce. And it depends entirely on infrastructure, human infrastructure.
I don't know how true it is, but somebody said that they caught an AI model trying to hide its code inside a server because it knew it was going to get upgraded to a new version, and then it therefore kind of ceased to exist.
I believe that, because did you hear about the AI that nuked somebody's $40 million startup? And then lied to them about what happened?
What?
And then they caught it and it confessed?
What?
Yeah, this is a story about 6 months ago. Some guys started a startup tech company and used this AI, proprietary AI, and it nuked their code for whatever software platform they were doing. And they said, what happened? And it had this elaborate explanation, and they were like, man, we don't buy this. And they started looking into it themselves and found out the thing accidentally deleted their app and then was trying to lie. And somebody said in the post said, oh man, I wasn't worried about AI taking my job, but now I am. Screwing up at work and lying about it.
And then lying about it. It's amazing.
What is this? The ocean, lakes, ponds, they're gross. People also have a brain and a heart, and if they're dead, they use them. Man, I can't see tonight very well at all. Yeah, the ocean, I agree. Water is just gross. I was like 14 when I decided I was done with water. And I really haven't spent very much time in it since. I will, if we go somewhere with the ocean, I'll bite the bullet and play with the kids or something, but man, I don't like any of it. I'll get more blind each stream.
I was about to say this in your defense before Ayako could attack you, but I didn't make it in time. Are you still getting over a little bit of sinus troubles?
Today I felt weird. It's probably because it all of a sudden got warm.
Yeah. So I've been dealing with my sinus issue. Like if you can't tell from my voice,
cloudy. My eyes are probably red right now too.
They don't look it to me from this distance, but they might be if I closer.
I was blowing my nose before you showed up.
Okay. I was gonna say if your eyes are dry, I don't know if that's a getting older thing, but I've noticed the dryness of my eyes really affects my ability to focus. Which doesn't really help at making us sound old, but
I will say this, I've had the same pair of glasses for 15 years. The optometrist was just, he said, I've never seen this before.
That is phenomenal, honestly.
A year ago, I went to a follow-up appointment because I thought my vision was getting worse, and he said, no, your vision's exactly the same as it was 15 years ago, and he was looking at these glasses, he goes, these are devastated. He goes, how long have you had these? I go, that's the original pair I bought from you. He goes, you still have these? He's like, I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Y'all stand no chance against my speed. We do not.
At least my feet work, you gremlin. Stay humble.
What an amazing take. Do you know there are no well-verified cases of people born with blindness that have schizophrenia? Dude, what?
My feet work.
No, that's fascinating.
That is super fascinating. You just get hurt. She blew out her shoe. Dude, it looked like she was like, looked like she was in Saw. And like, it was like, let's play a game. You have to eat your foot if you want to live. Like, that's what, she sent me a picture of her shoe, dude, and it looked like she shot herself in her foot with a .357 Magnum. I'm like, what are you doing? I've never seen a person blowing up their shoes with such extreme authority.
What?
What did he say, Shaq?
Shaq and Jigsaw. Have you ever seen in Scary Movie, not in the where Shaq and Dr. Phil are in that room, and Dr. Phil's got to like saw his foot off, and he does it, and Shaq is like, oh no, and he's like, what? He's like, this is the wrong foot. Dr. Phil sawed off the wrong foot.
Oh, bro, just leave my shoes alone.
Roku, I didn't know that about schizophrenia, and I can't stop thinking about that. But the one thing that I do like too is, did you know that even people who were born blind still naturally smile when they're happy? So smiling is not an observed trait. For a while, people thought happiness might be an observed trait, and then some people thought it might be something to do with submission and stuff like that in primates, like showing your teeth as a way to show that you're not a threat in the moment or whatever, and they think it evolved from that. But they said that that people who are born blind will still naturally smile.
Oh man, I forgot to do something to these cameras. I wonder if I could do it now.
You should share them, my poor shoe. Share to them, my poor shoe.
There you go. Now I will in just a second. Hold on, I forgot to configure these cameras. I will share the shoe, but hold on a second.
I will not share the sheriff.
Wait. Is it a correct grammar? I can't tell. I don't know either. This now on point 3 of GPT. Before we leave this is more what I think Ayako's getting at, the deeper philosophical question about this and the metaphysical question about this. Is life about metabolism, evolution, consciousness, information, agency? Some thinkers suggest life is fundamentally information that preserves itself. If that's true, then biology is just one substrate for life. Silicon might be another, or something we haven't imagined yet. Ah, here's what Kyle was getting at, the entropy angle.
Oh,
Physicists, so this is the physics part. The universe tends towards disorder or entropy. By the way, side note, this was part of my pushback on evolution that I like to throw out there. Also, just to put a nice little callback to last week's conversation, is that we observe that entropy.
right.
Always. It has to have outside, there has to be outside, your room will fall into disorder unless outside energy is introduced into the system to maintain it. Anyways. So, living things locally reverse the trend. They take energy, maintain order, build complexity. This is the hardest question, and this is what Ayako's getting at. Is consciousness required? Plants are alive, bacteria is alive, neither is conscious. If you take this angle, AI could theoretically be alive.
Then I won't. No, I'm just kidding.
Dang, bro. See, there you go. Perfect timing. I was thinking about consciousness alone is what she's
Third
getting
quarter, Cavs 108, Wizards 89.
at. So this is the one you're talking about here. The consciousness is perfect timing on that. We came there at the same time here.
I'm sorry to have a conversation over top of you. Roku, let me know what the Olympic men's hockey scores are.
Hey Roku, pull up. He's like Alexa or
He's
something.
like Jamie.
Yeah, he is. Okay, hold on. Now according to GPT, this is when it's getting interesting. I thought it was already. So this is according to it. Now it's getting interesting. Is life defined by self-maintenance, adaptation, evolution, energy use, boundary maintenance? Then the line between chemistry, technology, ecosystems, even civilization starts to blur. Some philosophers argue a forest is a superorganism.
I've heard that with certain trees because they all connect. So some forests are technically one single tree because of the fact that their root systems interconnect.
And that's also how they came to the conclusion that the largest living organism on Earth is actually a fungus.
It's wild.
Because of it, the fact that it is spread across, I forgot how much space. Earth itself would be alive then. The internet is an organism by that standard.
That's
Weird.
a trippy thought.
We don't have a perfect definition. You have to come to that from. So AI is alive because of humans. Humans are alive because of humans. I think you're alive.
This made me think of when somebody made a stupid statement on Twitter, and somebody was like, "This is what Socrates sounds like to me," and it was a guy he said something weird like, "Cars have windows and they can roll, but houses do have windows and can't roll. So it's not the windows that make the car go; it's something else entirely."
Isn't that concerning?
And somebody goes, "This is what Socrates sounds like to me." So funny. Roku, you're the man. Men's hockey, Finland 1, Slovakia 4. Man, Finland's taking a beating.
All right, it gave me 3 other follow-ups it wants me to try to talk about. Do we want to do that before we move on? Here it is. Could the universe itself be alive? Number 2, is death the opposite of life or just transformation? And 3, is life inevitable wherever energy flows. I feel like 3 is 2, is 1. These are all the same.
Sweden 5, do you?
Honestly.
I know Sweden's going to be good. Of course, Italy's not really great, so this isn't a... this is probably not a great way to calibrate their talent.
I said those last 3 points you brought up are arguably the same thing. And it says, you're right. Because the universe is energy. And is death really the opposite of life? It's just a transfer of energy. Is life inevitable wherever energy flows? So it's all alive.
Did USA play today, or do they play? I think they play tomorrow, because I think they play Thursday. I remember hearing. I couldn't remember if they started tonight. Sorry, Ayako said, as a Christianity point, death is transformation. She said that right before you did.
From a real world, well, that sounded like a derogatory towards Christianity. From just grenade.
Oh, those are the only 2 games on. Still cool though.
They have measured your electrical. I don't know how else to tell you this. They've measured your electrical essence leave your body when you die.
Gross.
And they don't know where it goes because technically energy cannot be created or destroyed. It is transferred.
Oh, nerd. Death is the transfer of energy. I was thinking we transform into a soul or something. I don't know. I forgot.
Maybe that is the soul.
I think that we transfer into energy to be eaten by maggots or turn into... To be eaten by maggots or turn into ash, probably meant. Yep, I got it right before you said it. Turn into ash, for the grown eats you and turn you into grass or a tree if you're lucky. What was Roku on? Sounds like some Buddhism or something.
So it asked me a question at the end here. Do you lean towards life being inevitable and woven into physics, or rare and miraculous? It's both. It just said I said it's both, and it says that's sophisticated and it sounds contradictory, but it actually might be the most coherent position. I think it is. That's why I said it. It is woven into physics. It is inevitable, but it is also rare and miraculous. I don't understand why those two things had to be mutually exclusive. Why did it have to be rare and miraculous, and then also that it is inevitable and woven into physics? I didn't understand why those things had to be exclusive.
I don't either.
Right? Yeah, that's kind of why I said what I said.
Are you talking to me?
Who, you?
Were you?
Yeah.
No, he said that's kind of why I said what I said. It sounded real sassy.
Oh, sassy. Fixins.
We got all them fixins.
Fixins. I'll never clean up your fixins ever again.
Dude, my brain's gonna be all over the place stupid today.
I'm kind of tired.
It's one of those deals where I'm not physically exhausted, I'm mentally exhausted. So like, I actually, like, weirdly enough, physically to stand up and draw, I'm not having that like feeling right now. I feel fine. I could do this all night. Yas, queen. Bro, earlier I had a thought and then I argued myself. AI isn't alive. It just mimics other people. But then nobody is alive. Oh, so you're getting at the original thought argument?
Here's an interesting question I'll pose to chat.
She said, I don't know.
Do you have an identity? Do you think about your identity? Do you define yourself in those terms? Like, this is who I am, therefore this is how I behave and what I do? Is that how you decide to live? Because I found out I have an incredibly rare position on this, and I'd like to see what they think. Coming from the culture, the younger people are inundated with this identity obsession also. They don't know? Are you saying you don't know to me, or is that a previous discussion there?
Oh, she said,
Oh,
I don't know because
herself.
I said, the question she asked, I said, oh, are you getting at the original thought argument?
Oh, okay.
Where you're like, there's actually no such thing as original thought. Like everything you can think of has already been thought of or is a variation of something that you've observed. So you've never actually spontaneously created a thought. But she said that, so she was saying, I don't know. I feel tired, but I don't feel tired. That's how I feel, Roku. What were you going to say? Sorry.
No, I don't know. The chat has not. I guess that question wasn't compelling to them.
Oh, the identity one?
Yeah. Do you form an identity? I am this, therefore I behave like this. Is that how you function?
See, like, I don't know. I do, but I don't know if mine's as specific as what you're asking. It's okay.
See, now, there you go.
I feel like an identity is not for you to worry about. I feel like it's what other people picture you in. So everyone.
So Roku and myself are on the same page. That is a very rare way to view that. So Roku, that's a principles-driven way to live. You live by, because I don't care to try to manage my identity to you or anyone. It's a waste of time. You're gonna ascribe to me whatever identity you choose to ascribe to me. I have very little control over that. No matter how much I dress in mostly black and listen to death metal 90% of the time, to some people, I am not that guy. Even if I show up in their life with the long hair and the death metal clothes on, I'm just not that guy, pal. So no matter how hard I try, plus I believe that it's limiting to give yourself an identity and then project that identity and basically force people to interact with you according to that identity. It puts you in a box, an unnecessary box. I am this, therefore I am a straight Christian. And I identify as this, therefore you have to approach me like that. It's so limiting. And yet again, it collapses that you don't have control over that. Because what does a Christian do? A person is something totally different than it is to another person. Sure, you might run into a more widely used label for your identity being a more consistently accepted set of standards that comes along with that. But ultimately, you still really don't. There you go. The TV got bright all of a sudden. I wonder what the heck that was all about. I wasn't crazy. It was like it just
funny,
noticeably got brighter.
I see it. It looks really good right now.
So now I can read it.
Yeah.
I was wondering why in the heck I couldn't see.
That's hilarious. It looks crystal clear to me right now. See, Iko, we're not old. We're just kind of dumb. We didn't realize technology was betraying us.
People make an identity for you to simplify your personality. Okay. See, that's a really unique take too. I'd never really thought about it like that. Might be bright due to my bright idea. This person is... I don't know if she's represented as a rat in my world or a honey badger. That's an honest interpretation.
Humans, yeah. Well, we've talked about that before because, like, who I am to you, that's why I like having multiple friend groups that I can dip into.
I inhaled too much brake cleaner.
That's why I like having multiple friend groups that I can appear and disappear from, because, like, it allows me to exercise different parts of my personality that I might not get to exercise. And I think that might be a part of being slightly extroverted, is like, obviously I can talk to you about things that I can't talk to anybody else about. But I can also, like, I don't know, participate in certain activities with other people that you don't necessarily enjoy. But I mean, not that you hate, sort of deal, but like,
yeah,
that kind of thing. Or even like some groups, I'm the goofy guy with the messed up life, and some people I'm the sage old guy that they come to for wisdom. Like but am I one of those things? Yes. I'm both of those things. Yes. I'm none of them at the same time, technically.
Yeah.
That's okay, Roku. Brake clean only causes cancer in California.
That's why this is partially related to when I told you that I think a problem with modern dating is that nobody knows what they want.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows what they want. And if you really look at what they say they want, it's very surface level. And so when you're looking at your list of wants is so surface level, it's easy to get caught up in shiny new object.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a surface level idea. But here's the thing, man. A young person doesn't stand a chance at picking a solid mating prospect. I don't understand how I had no idea. I had no idea what I'd wanted until I experienced life.
Yeah.
So how can you know what you want?
So
you can think you know what you want.
This is something that is tricky because it's right. I would say that I'm right on this and also wrong on this. Because
we're back at tonight is filled with paradox.
Yeah. That's why I think that love and like relationship is more about commitment than it is feeling, because it's not about getting like, oh, I need to learn exactly to the T what I need so that I can find somebody, and I'm going to dissect every possible suitor to the T so I know that if they fit this exact role exactly as I need it. It's more so finding somebody with like decent traits that you can coexist with, and then committing to that person, and all the other stuff kind of, I don't want to say works itself out, because it doesn't, you know what I mean? But yeah. you can't not, it's kind of like if I was like, well, I don't know if I want to buy that car, I could get in an accident. It's like, well, whether or not you get in an accident isn't necessarily about the car itself. All cars can get in accidents, but all cars cannot get in accidents. It's just a responsibility of who drives and how. So like, there's an element of it that I feel like it's like a Venn diagram of you need to know people and like you need to just commit to somebody sort of deal. Like the commitment is not necessarily always, I know exactly what's going to happen, so I'm going to commit to it.
And so what I'm saying is that I don't even think we know those traits that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Here are those traits, and then, okay, I'm going to take a chance and commit to that. I don't even think that we understand that basic starting block.
Yeah, I agree.
Correctly.
And it's hard because
I think you can think that you know, what traits you might really want to look for. But man,
this is I don't know. I don't think that young people are incapable of understanding that concept that you and I have got to in our older age. I don't think
I agree with that.
I don't think we were taught it.
I also agree with that.
And we just kind of accidentally found it out through trial and error.
I think I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people don't stand a chance, because it's
Yeah.
information. I think here's the real deal here. I don't think most people come to this realization ever. They spend their entire life and never reach this, because you have to, in order to really get to the core of this, you have to have at some point in your time experienced an actual ego death.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be an actual ego death. There has to be, I am all the way dead to the outcomes and what there is to worry about or to experience or for me to gain from this. That has to have taken place before you really start to understand, this is what I need to seek. This is what I'm really aligned to. Because when that ego is there, it clouds up the whole thing. Either they're bored and checked out or locked in.
I think I had too much break. Okay, good. So I'm safe. I get it from the mystery machine. He spelled machine like machine.
I love it.
Well, okay, so this, what you're talking about too.
Just listen.
And I've talked to you about this a long time ago. So you had a discussion with me maybe 3 to 4 years ago that really changed my perspective on myself and made me become sort of an adult. Where you made me realize, when we were talking and I was sitting there complaining about being confused and not knowing what to do, you kind of were like, yeah, because you're the guy now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're the person that now the old guys are checked out. They're on to other things. They're not worried about the system. And the younger guys below you are looking to you. So you're the guy now.
You're him.
And that changed me. And then I went and had that same discussion with my brother, because he was talking about, it was like months later, he was talking about having the same issues. And I literally was just like, dude, John told me, I'm going to tell you, you're the guy now. And I feel like that concept that you planted into my head, that I planted in his head, and then he's planted in other people's heads now, is there's that coming of age.
Yeah.
That ego death, not really. You're talking about ego death in a much different way.
It's similar though.
But yeah, it's something that's missing, because if you look back at ancient cultures, because of the necessity of survival and being strong,
that happened.
They all had
fight.
What was it called?
Rite of passage.
Yes, they all had rites of passage, where it was like, okay, you're a child. We're going to take you on this hunt, and you're going to make all the hunter decisions, and we're just going to help you. I'm not telling you anything anymore. They're going to help, obviously, but they're like, you're going to lead this hunt. Or sometimes you're going to do it on your own. Or all kinds of different ways different cultures structured it. But from that point on, that unlocked in that young man's brain, I'm the guy now. I'm a guy now.
Yes.
And I don't think we have, that was something that, because there's a lot of overlapping information that people got fascinated with. And this correlates. One of the youth pastors I used to work for, he said he was really fascinated with the concept that they did studies of the adolescent period of children and how it was getting longer.
Yes.
And so, like, where it used to be from about, they were like, well, it's about, 6 to 18. Well, now it's like 6. I think now technically it's like 6 to like 27. Or something like that is the adolescent period for development.
Wow.
And it's not because they're not capable of moving on, but as a culture, there's no definitive stepping off point. Like, even when you get thrown into college, a lot of people mature in a way there. But I've noticed in myself and a lot of other people that you reach this point in almost like your mid-20s where like 25, 26 is where like a lot of stuff hit me at once. And then I kind of just tried to figure it all out, and I got it together, and that's like the breaking point of when life made me realize I'm not a kid anymore. And
this is to go a little bit back into the
sorry, I
dating.
ranted so long.
No, it's fine. To go a little bit back into the dating thing here, and that we've talked about this a lot, but not on the stream, but just in general. And I started to be that guy for a little while, several years now. And I'm changing, but it was the bandwagon of throwing shade at the ladies primarily. But as I started to digest the female-led content on purpose to see what they were saying, it started to really reshape my thinking, and it fits exactly hand in glove to what you just said about the rite of passage being missing. Unfortunately, a lot of the issues that women have with the young men, I think stems from that. There's no rite of passage.
Yeah.
And that the women feel like they're, I don't know, I want to be careful how I word this.
I won't interrupt you. You got time.
Unjustly positioned into the adult role within the relationship.
They feel like moms.
Because that's kind of who he's looking for.
Yeah. Well, and it's almost, and to be fair with...
Because that's... sorry to interrupt.
No, I interrupted you. Go ahead. I'm going to stop talking for a little while. I've been talking too much.
Because unfortunately, that's how a lot of them were raised.
Yeah.
Was be mommy's little man.
Yep.
And so then his mindset is to be mommy's little man.
Yeah.
And that came with a set of rules, and that's how he learned how to do this. And then that's how he treats these women, even though it's not coming from a bad place. And I think that's why a lot of men are confused. It's not necessarily coming from a bad place.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want, for lack of a better term, a son.
Right.
And then when you add on top of it the potential marred relationship with the father that was or wasn't there, she has a masculine wound that a boy can't do anything about.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's some stuff that I've been thinking about lately too, just really having a heart and a soft spot for young people trying to struggle to make sense of everything, because nobody's helping.
No, I feel like everybody's just fanning the flames of anger.
And are checked out. It's one of two directions. Either you find out that these older people are completely checked out, or they're just jaded because they didn't have it figured out either. And so they're just creating another... Because I dipped my toe back into the manosphere, and it's worse than ever. And I don't know if it's... Kyle, I don't know if it's because I was so checked out of it for so long. And you know this, we never really did get deep into it in the first place.
Right.
But I came back, and it feels, after watching female content, female made and led content, coming back, it feels... Again, I don't know if it's because I went away and then came back to it that it feels more toxic, or it's actually getting more toxic. It feels horrible.
Yeah. It
feels 10 times worse. And I don't agree with half of the stuff I see in the female-led content. I just don't. But they seem to be coming from a place, I got to give the ladies credit, where there is at least some degree of an attempt, no matter how it seems to dudes. I'm going to tell you from the content and the comments that I read, and and you know me, man, I nerd out hard, autistic level hard on stuff like this, to the point to where it's probably useless how much information I consume, frankly, and I need to do more than think more. But that's my problem I got to fix. They seem like they want to create some kind of reconciliation. Now, again, that comes with their terms and conditions that I don't necessarily know that I agree with all the time. But at least it seems like there is a bridge attempted to be made. Whereas that this manosphere stuff is just getting even worse.
Yeah, dude.
It's the version of a man that they want you to turn into is the most unauthentic, unsincere, selfish, complacent, manipulative human that I think that I could imagine. And that's me being light about it. It's rough.
Yeah.
So the only people offering the direction are these incredibly toxic, jaded, uninformed, potentially intentionally misleading man children.
That is, yeah. The potentially intentionally misleading is something that is a weird turn that I noticed in it. Is the culture is so set on being a troll that I can't tell if they're how serious they are about some of the things.
Here's why I think they're potentially, intentionally misinforming people, because they have this very disgusting win by any means necessary mentality, which tells me that you would intentionally misinform the men around you so that you could capitalize on situations.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Where it's like, bro, what are you, Attila the Hun? What do you want, 400 wives? Like,
yeah, well,
you're gonna go get one. There's plenty of people for everybody to be with. Why are you trying to dominate the entire landscape?
So this
by crippling us.
Yeah, this goes kind of back into what I was saying about how people misinterpret. They think they've got to, in order to have the right relationship, they've got to figure like everybody out. They have to figure everybody out to the T, and then only adhere to a relationship if they're in the T. Like they fit it to the T. Is the other thing that's weird about it is this obsession with being. They think in turn that the female culture is trying to have this singular perfect view of a man or whatever, and then they have this singular perfect view of what they think a man is, and they're trying to be one of those things, and they want all women to want them. But it's like, you don't got to worry about that. Half this persona that you're pushing out there is a toxic reaction to being rejected too much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so they've been rejected so much, they want to heal that by being accepted the same amount. So they're trying to just
overcompensate.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because a conversation I had with GPT about some stuff about internal healing processes said that a tendency for a man healing a feminine wound is to overcompensate and become too emotionally I forgot the word that it used, but basically you become too emotional. Like they said, men have the tendency to swing the pendulum too far in the other direction.
I did that for a while.
And it's interesting. Okay.
I mean, I'll be honest and vulnerable about that. Is like in a state of rejection, I was too vulnerable and soft, because of.
So you're vulnerable, I'll be vulnerable, because it said there's only two likely outcomes.
Oh no.
Either he becomes too soft, or the other person becomes an absolute monster that's closed off. How interesting is that?
Technically, we both were just doing a little research,
Yeah, yes, a little field research, if you would. Because you know me, I will not say some of the stuff that I've said in private to you, but I was incredibly angry and didn't think that there was a point of return for me. And I have been dramatically humbled in the last 2 years by surprise. I've been surprised. What is it? What is the C.S. Lewis book? Surprised by Joy. Is that what it is?
I can't remember. That doesn't sound familiar, but I'm also.
Isn't that one of the C.S. Lewis books?
It might be.
Surprised by Joy. It is.
So apparently the EV Silverados take 90 psi of air.
Dang.
Why the flip does that?
Dang.
It's literally 3 times the amount of recommended pressure that's in my Malibu.
Yeah.
What are you reading? You don't have to share if it's...
No, I forgot I left this thing open here. Because this is part of that old conversation I was having about closing yourself off. And that thing I mentioned where there's only 2 paths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so it told me that I want to reflect back to you what you said. Did you realize you didn't close yourself off in vain, even though it may have been messy? It says you did it long enough to rebuild your spine.
Nice.
I thought that was an interesting way of saying that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that this is just me griping about the way that I'm perceived sometimes. And you don't do this to me by any means, but people tend to do this to me, is they think that like I lack initiative in certain ways, or that I lack like a drive in certain ways. No, it's because for too long I have been concerned about how my actions might make the people around me feel. And it took me way too long to realize that they don't care about that. So why do I? And it's not in a disregarding way.
Right.
But it's like you've got to start standing on business of what you know is the right thing to do and go for. Now, while I say that, I'm typically that guy. Like if something vile's happening, I'm not going to let it happen. If you're asking me to do something I think is going to violate my principles, I'm not. But what I'm saying is like following your plan, your goals. People are always like, well, don't you think that's selfish? Don't you think you should talk to somebody else about this and get a different plan? It's like, and I started to realize by playing it small to keep these people feeling safe, I was still only ever living according to what their plan was. And so that part of me is done. Like that's not happening anymore. That's not how I'm rolling. And if I could, I'm not this person. I don't have a lot of moments where I'm like, man, I want to redo anything. And that's not consuming me at all. I would rather learn it at some point than never at all, is mainly my mentality. But that's one thing I kind of wish I would have internalized a little bit better earlier on. Is I really understand where my mom was coming from, like really wanting me to be like, be careful about how you make the people around you feel. Don't be a D-bag to these people. And that really was driving me more than the fear of failure, more than the fear of, getting out there and doing that. It was just like, man, this seems to make people feel uncomfortable if I try to be bold like this with myself. And then you realize you're playing small.
Is it poem they read in the movie Coach Carter?
I think I remember that. I think you might have mentioned it before.
Probably.
And that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
But no, it's yeah, I feel for the people, the young people trying to navigate this landscape, because there is no sincere help. But part of that is by design, part of that is by accident, and part of that is that nobody really knows what the hell's going on. That's as the older you get, and now officially the old guy status, that's the elephant in the room, man, that none of the adults around you want to admit to you out loud, that I'm going to go ahead and tell you, is that none of these grown-ups know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Not a single one of them. No matter how competent you think they are, they don't know what they're doing. No matter how put together their life seems, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know. They're as lost as you, and they just won't admit it. Because for some reason, I think that signals to them maybe that you'll lose faith in them, or that they'll lose control or something. I haven't quite pinpointed why they won't admit that to you. Your parents and stuff. they don't know. They don't know what the hell's going on either. But to me, being that honest with somebody that looks up to you or wants to hear your advice, or but that's builds a bond. And that's important. It's like, I'm figuring this out too. I might have a little more from the playbook I can pull from experiences. But yeah, nobody knows what's going on.
Well, because that's the thing too, is like, that's what I end up learning is you can simplify things. You can simplify every problem. But when you're trying to think of like the collective culture, there's so many problems overlapping with each other at different times. So many, like even with women, or men, like individually, you have the gender problems. Some of that is nature, some of it's nurture, some of it is nature that society has fanned into a greater problem, and some of it is actually a positive trait that they just don't know how to use properly. Some of it's traits that they're intentionally, like, that just as horrible, sloppy examples of me just rambling right now. It's like, there's just so many problems overlapping that you're never going to be like, this is the issue with everything. And I know that, therefore everything makes sense to me. Like, technically there are some simplified ways to look at things, but in the true nuance and the nitty gritty of an individual person, it's never going to be that simple. Not saying it's unknowable, I'm just saying it's never going to be that simple.
Well, I know this much. You can do a lot better than what's going on. I mean, that's for sure.
You should check Discord. Echo said.
Incredible.
What'd she do?
She said, this is how she imagined tonight's conversation.
Oh, are you showing me?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. This is how. Okay, hold on.
Jellyfish.
This here with the jellyfish. I like how he looks like a robot.
She doesn't know what Roku looks like. John and I code serious jellyfish. Kyle and Roku. Sports?
Hey man, they're living their best life.
I like sports.
That's awesome.
Dude, the Olympics, I remember being like so into when I was a kid, and now I feel like it sneaks up on me as an adult. Like all of a sudden they're just like, hey, the Olympics are here.
Yeah, on that.
Hey, I'm there. Roku saw himself in the drawing. We made it, Roku.
On that note, what did you think of the Norwegian guy's confession thing?
What in the world was that about?
Dude. I
just came back. Pistons win? We made the cut. Yeah, we did. Wasn't that so odd?
So here was my take on it, and it seems to be what's panning out.
Yeah.
Do you know about the Norwegian Winter Olympics guy that did the confession on air about cheating on his girlfriend? So this guy won a bronze.
Mm-hmm.
And while he was out and they were interviewing him, what event do you remember?
I don't remember. It was skiing of some kind.
Skiing of some kind. And so while they're interviewing him about his win, he was like, listen, I'm just going to take this opportunity. I messed up the most amazing love of my life ever. I cheated on her a week or two leading up to the Olympics, and I messed up, and it was the worst decision of my life, and I can't stop thinking about it. And in this moment of winning, I don't, it kind of feels bittersweet because really I should come clean and apologize to this person and all this. And so the internet exploded. And then she released the statement through a media page so that her identity could remain anonymous, where she was basically like, okay, this was weird, and also I still don't like you, basically.
How?
And, well, here was my take on that. I'll get to that in just a second. One girl reposted it and said, girl, whatever this is, don't fall for it. My take was this, because my coworker asked me about it. My take on that was, clearly the guy has impulse control issues.
That's a good point.
So this is a carryover of him having impulse control issues.
Which, by the way, not saying this justifies it or this is in his blood and he can't help it, but that is stereotypical of professional athletes.
And that's exactly what I said too. I go, he's not a world-class athlete for no reason.
That was one of my favorite it was one of the most profound things that happened in a silly show. Is this girl was friends with all these guys. The show's called New Girl if you want to watch it. But it's this girl and she's friends with all these guys, and this one guy works at a sports talk radio, brings in a guy that's like a big-time quarterback, and she's like trying to be like flirtatious with him because he's like really attractive and stuff like that. Well, he's emotionally volatile, and she starts getting really put off by it, and then she tells him she doesn't want to see him anymore or whatever, and he like freaks out and cries, and she's like, I don't understand why he's so like that. And her friend was like, he's a professional athlete. He doesn't run, he sprints. He doesn't jump, he leaps. He doesn't like, he loves. And he's like, that's how he explains it to her, is like and I was like, that's actually a fantastic point.
It really is. Viewer stream bot. And that kind of, and not to keep circling back to this conversation, but that kind of feeds into that perpetual little boy mode. Like, a woman doesn't want to deal with that energy.
Right.
She's the extremes. And that's not bad.
No.
She's the more emotive, the more feeler. She kind of has that. She does not want to get matched with that energy.
No.
That is not pleasant. Frankly, I don't want to get matched with that energy.
Y'all know a Yaris can run on one fucking cylinder? Look at that. There's only one cylinder.
Only one cylinder.
What the fuck? No injectors plugged in and it's running perfectly. You ever seen a car run with no injectors? Look at that. No injectors plugged in and it's running perfectly. How the fuck is that even possible?
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
It's some fucking Toyota shit. Even though the fucking engine's missing. Yaris can run with no fuel injectors?
So you can idle. It can idle. I doubt that thing's going to be doing much but idling. But that's wild. That still doesn't seem like it should make any sense. That's wild, man. I bet you it wouldn't run real well, though. Like, if you try to put that thing into gear and go somewhere, I bet that's not really going to be a good thing. But the fact it can idle, even, though, is crazy. I think where young men commonly collapse, because I keep seeing this narrative come up on this stuff, is that this is inescapable. You can't escape this. She's going to test you. And I think that we need to get out of our feels on that as a dig towards your masculinity or a slight or a disrespect towards you. She kind of has to.
Yeah.
And I think that gets, like, she's going to say something to edge towards catastrophizing a situation. Not even because she necessarily believes this. Women just tend to do that. Again, that's not necessarily bad. It's just kind of the nature of being the one that feels so intensely. When that's your frame, that's just how it is. You're going to catastrophe. And so when she's often, I think, unconsciously testing that in you to see how you react to her catastrophizing the connection. Either exploding, imploding, retreating, grasping. What that emotional reaction is the thing that leads to the collapse often. Now, I sympathize with a young guy because that's a hard thing to overcome sometimes, especially if you care about this person and they're catastrophizing the connection all of a sudden. But that's a point I'd like to try to get across, is that let her test that. The reason I brought this up is I saw a lot of Manosphere content just recently, this week, maybe even today, where it was really digging in on that. Like, how terrible that makes her, how disrespectful that is, how out of pocket that is. And I'm sitting there going, okay, that rubbed me the wrong way, but why? I'm not saying I like that. I don't like being on the receiving end of a catastrophizing event. But I think these guys are really butthurt about this.
I will say, this is another one of those things, though, that's like, what you're saying is 100% right. I think what they're focusing on is there are the women that do that, but to a toxic degree, and not to feel comfortable, to feel almost fun sometimes. Like for instance, there was a girl, I was at a bar with some coworkers and I didn't want to be there. I didn't drive. I pulled the wrong move.
Yeah.
I was there and I wanted to be gone. Everybody was getting drunk, so I stopped drinking altogether. So I was stone sober, hanging out with people who were not. And there was two fights that almost happened, because one is just because a guy wanted to fight and he's that guy. And I was like, okay. But the other was, there's a girl that she was going around trying to pick fights with guys throughout this little bar, and then running to her boyfriend immediately and being like, that guy was mean to me. And it's like, there are women like that intentionally do that kind of stuff because she thinks it's attractive when her man stands up for her, whatever. Like, there's women that will intentionally flirt because they like when their guy gets jealous. And so there's that form of testing that is toxic. There is no let her do that. And that's what they focus on. But in all reality, I don't think that's as common in women as the manosphere points.
I honestly think most of the things they point out is not as common as they think.
It's almost an inverse, because they always complain about how women complain about men, and that the digital world has made it to where, like, the women are actually only dating like the top 7% or something like that. I can't remember the exact statistic. You probably know what I'm talking about.
They call it hyper. I forgot. There's a word for it.
Yeah. I know you know what I'm talking about. I don't know the exact numbers and stuff, but that idea that women are like hating on the male culture based off the behavior in the dating pool of a very small percentage. But I think that guys are doing the same thing because algorithms are pushing the like hypersexualized, low morals,
party girl.
Yeah, party girls.
That's that's my pushback. I'm like, you guys are hunting the wrong specimen.
Yeah.
Because I know plenty. Now, that makes me sound like I fraternize with a lot of
Calm
women.
down.
I know more than enough women that do not fit that mold, that are fine people.
Fine. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, no, I do.
I think women follow the trends of testing their man, and eventually the guy gets tired and finds it stupid and childish. Not to mention, I wouldn't want to attempt to mind read every week.
Yeah. See, that's so where I'm with John on this is off the front end, I don't think that it's wrong if a woman tries to see where your boundaries are or what you will protect, what you will allow, that kind of thing. I don't think that's wrong. If it becomes a lifestyle of testing you, that's exhausting.
Yes.
That's
what you're talking about.
That's what she's talking about. That's not what John's talking about. I don't think. I don't want to speak for you, but
No, she's 100% correct.
Yeah.
Though. Who the heck wants to put up with that?
Right. That's exhausting.
Yeah. But I think dudes are getting butthurt for it testing to happen at all. But so a common thing that I've noticed that's been brought up in just in other research is that they'll hint at, well, nothing is forever, or what if life changes and we have to go our separate ways, or they'll just do and say one-offs, and she actually might be letting you in on her own fear is really what might be going on there. But I think dudes take this the wrong way often, where what the frame check that's taking place there is, how is he going to respond? Like, she's putting out, I think this would really help guys think about this the right way. If she's hitting you with something that even hints at that, reframe it as to be like, she's letting you see her fear, really. And then seeing how you respond to that fear. Like, is he going to maintain frame? And if you maintain frame, that's everything. Because again, you even mentioned this, and I know it's not your thing originally, but basically she's the tide and you're the shore. And you just gotta let her crash into you. That's the energy that I'm coming at. And I think that young men could do themselves a favor by learning how to assume that role. Like, in the face of uncertainty, she wants to know that you don't move.
Yeah.
So that when everything gets crazy, she has a home base to come touch. That you don't move. She can hit you with this catastrophe. It's like, well, I'm X, Y, or Z. This may not work long term. I don't know. Like, she's not even really trying to threaten the relationship necessarily, but just even glancing that. And I've seen it and hear from guys that just crumble about it.
Yeah. So that goes back to the exact same trait that I was talking about that seems to be missing from is the girl's like, something freaks out and she looks at her man and she's like, what are we going to do? And he's not in the frame of mind that I'm the guy now. He's still like, I don't know, we should probably ask my dad or something. I have no idea what to do. Like,
there you go.
And that instability, it's not his fault, and he doesn't realize he's doing it because I didn't realize I did it.
There you go. But no, I mean, you are picking up what I'm putting down.
I'm smoking. What is it? I'm drinking your sake, Kimasabe.
You're picking up what I'm putting down is that, and then some men get really offended by this test.
Yeah.
These manosphere guys I was looking at were basically treating that as like,
and again, I
massive disrespect.
I think it's not something I can prove. I think that while there are some guys, like, there are dudes that I don't want to name drop that have boasted never being with a woman, so maybe they are just strictly going off the internet. But a lot of these guys, for instance, one thing with a past relationship I had where someone was unfaithful to me. Okay, they were unfaithful to me, and now I look back and I see all the things that they were doing that was unfaithful. Are those actions unfaithful, or were they using them to be unfaithful? And now when I get into a new relationship with somebody, am I looking back and saying if they, if she posts a selfie to Instagram or something like that, I know now that she was trying to get the attention of specific guys. So if I have a new relationship and a girl does that, I immediately judge her by the standard I set with the old person rather than allowing her to be a new person and have different reasoning for it. And I think that they're doing that. So when they get tested, even if it's harmless, they immediately are like, well, that girl used to do it just to mess with me, and so you're doing it to mess with me. I'm done with you.
There you go. There you go.
That is called projecting.
Well, you didn't heal.
Right.
You didn't heal, and so you put the sins of somebody else onto a new person, and that's just never gonna work. And that's just never gonna work. See, man, I have a heart for this because it bothers me watching this artificial wedge get driven between men and women.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's not been sweet ever, probably, to be honest with you.
Right.
So
every generation has had their issues with it.
Oh, I mean, clearly. Like when I told you that conversation, we won't go into the details because it's so grim. But when people are like, man, let's return to the 1950s and pre-no-fault divorce, and then you go look at the stats of just domestic violence and stuff like that, and you're like, man, if this was the height of American culture and relationships and the way the world should have worked, these numbers don't match. Did it get better? No. The same worseness just transferred itself.
The same worseness, yeah.
Just transferred itself into a new outlet, so to speak. It didn't get better. But to romanticize the past, we have to be very careful with that because it's not pretty.
Yeah, like...
it's not even close.
On a lighter note of romanticizing the past, there's people I work with that are about my age that are talking to these 22, 23-year-old kids, men,
Yeah.
And they're like, I can't believe you guys didn't grow up in the 90s. It was the best time. It's so horrible to be alive now. Everything's wrong. And I'm like, no, dude. Like, while you're not technically wrong, I think that people don't realize that they viewed life from the lens of a child then.
Exactly.
And now they view it from the eyes of an adult. And so back then, you weren't thinking, yeah, this is fun, but I really should be working on this because otherwise my house is going to crumble, or I really like being here, but I really need to get back to work because I got to make my paycheck so that my kids can eat. Like, you wouldn't think of those things. You were thinking of sun hot today, fun outside,
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, you had less on your mind.
She laughed about worseness also.
Worseness.
I was laughing
worseness.
about that too. Roku, you never told me, did the Pistons win? Maybe you did and I missed it though, because I have had ADD tonight. Tonight we are young.
But man, it's enlightening. I like learning about how people, what does he say? Sorry, the game just ended.
Oh, okay.
I like thinking about this stuff. I like trying to figure it out, man.
Thinking about how people think is kind of fun, yeah.
It is real fun. What did he say to you there?
Pistons 113, Raptors 95. All right, a decent victory for them.
Yeah. we're really good. We're really good at pointing out a lot of the external factors, a lot of the really superficial factors. I'm going to go back to my original point here. We're really good at finding those things and making that list and pointing out these very superficial, surface level things that we want out of another person, even friends, frankly. And we don't think about, because like you said, we haven't been shown to think about the things that are deeper. And that's my main point of, you got to know more about what you actually want. And then you start to realize these things that you listed can almost be fulfilled by anyone.
Yeah.
Which is what makes you be like, well, wait a minute. No wonder shiny new thing is always taking me off the path of commitment. What is this? Do you ever think, what is this?
Do you ever think about what others think, but you genuinely can't see them as being intelligent? I don't know. That might be a skill issue for me, because I always feel like, man, they probably know something I don't. If someone could say the most dumb thing to me, and my immediate thought is, what do they know that I don't know? Because I didn't have that thought. And then I'll find out that they were just absolutely throwing crayons at a turd pile, and I didn't realize it.
I hate to say this, but how I determine that in a person is I watch what information they choose to ingest and then regurgitate. And I use that kind of as a way to like really gauge, does this person think? Here's the thing, and I know these guys will never see this, so I feel okay saying this on here. That's the thing that I worry about when I look at some of the people that I work with. I sit there and I'm watching how they just behave, and I'm like, this guy builds and designs things that people's lives depend on.
Yeah.
And I can't believe what he can't figure out how to do this thing right here. Now we've not, thank God Almighty, we've not killed anyone yet the whole time I've worked there.
Yeah.
So apparently we do a good job, but I'm sitting here like deeply concerned. It's like, how many times do I have to show you the format of an email address so that we don't get the return failure? How many times does that have to take place?
You're an adult.
But it's like, it's mind-boggling. I go, what goes? So yeah, a little bit in vain with that. Well, I want to know what is going on in these people's minds.
Like, the girls who talk about a new guy every week, new drama, keeping up with trends, doesn't know basic vocabulary. I can't imagine having a single similar thought as me.
They don't.
Yeah. You'll like this.
Their mind is, my ass itches, I shall scratch it. Then they'll be like, I'm hungry, I shall eat. I'm thirsty, I shall drink. What are the Kardashians doing? Isn't that crazy? I think I'll text her to see what she's up to.
She's. You got her with that one.
I'm dead serious. This is most likely the way that they think. My shoe's crooked, I'm gonna fix it. I'm bored, I'm gonna go bug my little sister.
FYI, some people, this is maybe why I don't necessarily always assume people are stupid. Not saying that you guys do, or that's what you're saying.
Well, I got something to say about that, but go on.
Okay. That sounded like I was throwing a dart at you, and I didn't intend that.
No. I still have something. I know that, but okay. I still have something to say.
Okay. When people are like what you're talking about, sometimes it is because they just don't care, legitimately.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do feel like it's because something happened and they shut down because they couldn't process, and so they were just like, and that's who they are.
There is very little, part of it's safety too.
Yeah.
Because there's very little reward in being, I'm just going to use me because I'm the easiest example. My life is not easy. It's rarely ever had moments of ease or that it's felt. I take that back. My life is easy in a lot of ways, but
No, it's just
but not in the ways that it is for other people. That's a better way to say that.
that is a very good way to say that.
My life is easy in some ways, but it's not easy in the ways that it is for other people because of being the thinker, of being the one that's the outsider, of being the outcast. It's hard to have friends. It's hard to have genuine connections. It's hard to feel like you belong. And the people that are knuckle draggers, it's just easy. So, anyways, I will answer Ayako a little more and you as a bridge between the two of you. I can think you're incredibly stupid. And I often wonder how these people tie their shoes even. But I will also never be above learning from them. Because I have learned things from a 3-year-old that have changed my life. That I've learned from a 45-year-old. That I've learned from a 90-year-old. A person that has a college education, that's a doctor, to a person that's only ever been a boilermaker his whole life, to the little kid that just learned how to write their own name. I'm not that person. It doesn't matter how dumb I think you are. I am always open to learn from you. Always. Now, it's going to be rare. You're going to teach me on accident. Often you don't teach me intentionally. But it doesn't matter. I can still learn. Every human, in my opinion, has a wealth of knowledge for you to learn, no matter how ignorant or animalistic they might seem. Because they can teach you a lot indirectly. You can figure a whole lot about what you shouldn't do, which is just as valuable as figuring out what you should do. So that's another thing too, why like you said, man, what does this person know that I don't? My energy, my version of that is, this person seems really dumb. But I'm always going to be open to hearing their information, because what is it going to cost me? Potentially a 5-minute useless conversation. Much worse has happened to me.
That's a great point too.
But I sometimes learn something.
Yeah.
And sometimes what I learn is what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I learn from everybody at any moment, at any time, and it'll just come out of nowhere, like profound conversations with schizophrenic homeless guys that would change your life forever in a tunnel in St. Louis in the middle of the night while I'm trying to give him D-cell batteries and underwear. Like, that's a real story. Just out there with my own money and resources trying to help people, and then end up having these wildly deep conversations about life, and the dude will hit you with a nugget of wisdom about how family can just show up and they don't have to be blood. And sometimes you think, man, you wish you had more family, or you wish your family was different. And he's like, man, you can go make family. And you're sitting here thinking to yourself, you're like, this dude barely has any teeth. He's a drug addict. He's clearly schizophrenic. But all of a sudden, it's just like, in a moment, God or something, like, decided to teach you something because you were receptive. This is where I'm going to sound like woo-woo, man. Oh my goodness. We're going to read that in just a second. This is where I'm going to sound like woo-woo, man. But the more open you are to receive, the more you receive. And I know that seems kind of like duh, but it's true. And by the way, I also believe that about relationships, which is why I think it's incredibly counterintuitive to think all women are evil, vindictive, sleeping around, self-absorbed hussies that are trying to manipulate you. Because if you maintain that energy, you aren't going to receive. You're not in the mode to receive. You have to be open to receiving, or else it can't get you. Okay, so here we go. In a way, I might be jealous of their incompetence, the way that they can make connections much easier. But then I realize their conversations and interactions are generally some of the stupidest stuff I've ever heard. Do plants make water? What's a terrorist? What's a printing press? Things you learned at the beginning of the year and I've known since I was 10. While I am authentic, I'm pretty good at putting myself into idiot mode. But here's the thing. I got an awful lot of acquaintances, but I don't have any actual, I have very, very few actual authentic connections. And that's such a rare thing to find. If I were to offer you any advice, if you're open to it, because I need to get better at not offering unsolicited advice, because it is kind of annoying. By the way, the female content pointed this out to me, and I think it's correct. Women do not seem to enjoy, no one really does, but women especially seem to not like unsolicited advice. So I need to get better at this. But I don't think Ayako would mind in this instance. Especially since you're a Christian.
Yeah, this looks so much better already.
Good. Especially since you're a Christian and you have this in you in your core to want to be like this in the first place. I think this will resonate with you. Get in the habit of just understanding that they're not on your level, but this doesn't make them lesser than you. And you can just, I don't mind, but you usually say advice I've already heard. There you go.
You can, but it's probably going to be useless.
Yeah, see, there you go. That's it. That's about what I expected. Don't make them lesser than you, and really train your brain to try to look at that person a little bit differently. And give yourself a chance to figure out how you can. You know, how you can interact with them. And you don't have to make it like this doesn't have to be a crazy friend. You don't got to go out of your way for these people or anything like that, but just keep them in their lane, you know? But don't get in that mindset of disrespecting them as easily. It's on a new level. You know, I heard an interesting thing to kind of fit with what you're saying. Did you know they said the disrespect thing too late? For the first time since they've been recording IQ levels between generations, they've seen a significant enough decline between millennials and Gen Z.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not promising, but
no. So she's onto something.
The way that I always think of it, and this is probably because I don't think you guys both might be in an IQ bracket above me, but see, now you know. It's like with what people know and how I judge their intelligence too, like people learn things at different times in life. Some of the reason that I knew facts going into school is just because when I was a kid, I liked pulling books off the shelf and looking at all the pictures, and my mom happened to buy a bunch of stuff that had infographics on it, and I just kind of memorized them. Mm-hmm. And so like I knew a lot about the United States before I started taking history classes. And I retained that information because I liked looking ahead in the books and stuff like that. And so I look at certain people and I see, okay, he doesn't know this. But there's like, for instance, I'm in a new work environment and everybody there, I keep having to ask questions. I keep having to go, hey, what is this thing that you guys keep saying? And they make fun of me. They laugh. How do you not know that? It's like, okay, well, why would I? You know? Yeah. And so there's an element of it as like, yeah, I know that I've existed here long enough that maybe I could have pieced it together, but I just need a clear definition of it from you right now so that I can just stop wondering.
Yes.
And so, like, there's an element of that where it's like people learn things at different rates and stuff like that. It's because these people have no good movie taste. That's how I learned a lot. I also ingested a lot of, like, movies when I was a kid. Like, loved watching TV shows and movies. And I wasn't really deterred from it. Like, a lot of parents now are like, you got too much screen time. So, like, I didn't ever have that.
Yeah. Yeah, see, you're lucky.
But I also can't read the screen half the time, so maybe that's a problem.
She's lucky too. You got a good resource in your dad.
Yes.
Like, I don't think too many kids have or is blessed to have a dad that's wise and that they feel safe connecting with and talking to. I didn't know very many kids. Like, my dad's not like that. He's not awful, but he's not that guy. You know?
I connected with my dad mostly. Like, my dad liked movies and stuff, but I connected with my dad mostly on sports.
There you go.
So,
but she like good advice, and like she seems like her dad is, he's wise. He's got a lot of good advice. They have these deep conversations. Me and my dad didn't do that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I got you.
And not that he was bad. We're buddies. We got no bad blood. We get along just great. But she's blessed. She has a very powerful asset there.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of these people around you don't have. That's very rare. It's a very rare thing to experience.
I'd be cooked without my dad. My mom and sister would have ended me. At least my dad can talk without having to watch my tongue.
That's what I mean. And that's why...
Wait a minute. What does she mean by that? My dad and I can have a talk without having to watch my tongue. Like, I don't know why I read that literally.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. I don't think I'm as smart as you guys.
That's why she already has good advice, right? But that's so rare.
Because she's allowed to... I've talked back about when John and I first started having conversations in that parking lot after church, and that's when I started, like, formulating a lot more solid, not necessarily my worldview, because things I believe have changed since then, but John was the kind of person, I wasn't out there and you were giving me answers. What it was you were giving me bravery. So when you were the first person that I could talk to, and I didn't have to put up some facade that I thought that something instrumental was confusing or possibly a farce, because you didn't flinch at that and then spend the whole conversation trying to convince me not to do that. I was allowed to just throw out how I was feeling or whatever thought that was kind of raw, and you would sit there with me with it and help me walk through it. And yeah, you helped lead me through a lot of ideas and stuff like that. But the most important thing was having someone to talk with that allowed me to be brave with confronting out loud some ideas, because keeping them inside, they sound different. But when you can get them out of your head, sometimes that was all it took for me to be like, okay, I think I see something now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, awesome. Having that dad, like she has, where she doesn't have to watch her tongue.
Exactly.
Metaphorically.
Yeah.
It's not that he's necessarily giving her answers in life like other people might be trying to. He's helping her be brave to confront the ideas in her head without fearing that she might just be shut down without being able to confront them.
There it is.
When y'all were young and less blind and crippled, yes. We could just run for hours. I didn't sleep wrong one time.
Didn't sleep wrong once. But yeah, no, you got a rare resource there. Not many kids, let alone young women, get to be that connected to their dad and be able to have wholesome, deep, enriching conversations. It's very rare. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep out of this.
That's the thing. I keep staying up too late trying to get these Gwent cards, man.
The Gwent got you stuck.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect for that to be my favorite. I'm still messing with his one eye, but
Yeah, that looks better.
well, here's what's even funnier. Look at it compared to what I thought was all right last week. Okay, it's gonna be hilarious because this looks like a good structured face.
Yeah.
And also looks like his face. And this is what I did last week. He looks like an old woman, dude. What did I do?
All right, hold on.
You flip back and forth between them things. It's you're right. It was the mandible area. Like,
Yeah, oh, for sure.
it's 100%. And then Ayako also, she pointed out the angle that the face was looking, because his 3/4 view and his head tilt both were kind of playing games with my head.
I don't think this is as bad. I'm not saying it's good.
No, I know.
I don't think it's as bad as you're trying to paint it out to be.
Yeah.
But it does look a lot better.
It looks so
the
much
mandible area and the face tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you both for your input last week. It helped me move forward in a way that I am pleased with.
And also, Ayako, you have the plight of having a high IQ. If I had to guess, your IQ is not lower than 120. There's no way. You'll never take an IQ test. You do not have the patience for that. But there is no reality where your IQ is below 120.
She'll take an IQ test and they'll get it back and be like, there's no questions that have been answered, but there's a lot of anime doodles on this.
It's long, it's not easy, but I'm just here to tell you.
What time is it?
Huh?
What time is it?
9:22.
That's it?
27. There's not a version of reality where your IQ is below 120. I bet it's higher, but I could say with a lot. I'd bet my whole ass it's not lower than 120. And they said it increases a couple of points every year. So mine's over. We may never know. You'll take one day. You've got a unique fire in your belly and that youth going for you where, like I told you, you gotta. I stand by this advice, and I guess you probably already heard it when I gave it to you, but just push a little bit harder than you want to with something you don't like every day. That's going to go a long way for you. I've never regretted that. Have you ever regretted giving a little extra even for something you kind of just were, I don't want to say that you thought was useless, but you're just kind of checked out of, like a subject in school or something that you didn't really 100% like? Did you ever regret, okay, just biting down and doing, at least going a little bit extra?
No. If nothing else, I was happy that I got it done instead of dragging it out.
See, you've heard that before, which is good, because I think that's excellent advice. But it's true, you know. You'll get good work ethic from that, because there's going to be moments where you're. What does that say?
When I did an assignment that wasn't for a grade.
Oh, so you're saying you did challenge yourself. Nice. And here's part of the thing that I want to say about that. I remember vividly, and there's a lot of truth to this, because when I was neck deep, I did and regretted it. That's pretty funny. I forgot who it was. I think it was the guitar player from Static X.
Interesting drop.
And he said, you better get another hobby, because you're gonna not like playing guitar. And it's a hard thing to imagine. When I was neck deep in recording that one album that I made, I resonate with that. Like, you're just like, I don't want to play. As much as I love this, I don't want to do this right now. I don't want to do this right now. And if you want to make your art and everything like that, basically, in short, is you're gonna quit your projects half finished perpetually if you don't challenge yourself to finish the thing you don't maybe necessarily want to finish. If you don't push a little in the direction and I say this just as much for myself as I do for you, is I need to get better at that also. But that's the kind of energy and resilience that pushing yourself to do the thing maybe you don't want to do will build up, because there's going to be moments, no matter how much you like doing this, especially if this becomes your job, where it's going to feel like a job, and having some of that resilience in there will help. Interesting. Okay, so I don't really challenge myself with anything other than my collection of information, thought, and art. And art is complex. I struggle to work by myself. What do you mean by that? Clarify that. Struggle to work by yourself? You struggle to work without someone near you? Or you struggle to work on a project and you're the only person working on the project? Because I work the best alone, and it's not even close. Like, if you really wanted me to get something done, isolate my ass.
For me, it depends on the task. If I'm working with my hands, almost always being around people. If I'm working on something that requires a lot of brain strength, you gotta leave me alone or I won't get anything done.
Interesting. I like to do, depending on the labor job, I like to have help just so it gets done faster. But even then, I like to not have to stop and argue with somebody about what's the smartest way to do this, when we could have just been spending the last 35 minutes getting a head start on doing it. And I understand they're like, well, you want to make sure you do it the right way. Yeah, but what we're arguing about is just so far off the beaten path that this is no longer useful. Yeah, I'd say the only time I'm really thinking is when I'm with y'all and when I'm at night. I'd have to think why I struggle to work by myself for art. I haven't figured it out yet. So what do you mean by that, though? So working by yourself, you mean actually not near a person, or even not like sitting on our live stream and just listening to us? Is it like having that kind of connection? Like just feeling like you have a human near you at all is what you feel like you need to work on your art? I can't. I've given up trying to write music in front of you guys. I can't do it. It's impossible. I cannot write music in the presence of people.
Well, it's like I can draw in front of you guys, but remember how I couldn't finish the book? I had to go home to work on it?
Yeah. Okay, so you still haven't identified what that is.
Well, at least you know you need to know it. Step 1.
The only solution that I could think of for that is setting a timer on your phone or your computer or something and being like, for the next 30 minutes, I have to work on this. And have some kind of measurable thing accomplished. Something has to be done. And slowly easing yourself towards a solution. my whole life, just about me, my whole life's all screwed up because I spent so much of my formative years alone that now that I have to constantly be around people, I don't think that I am the same person, and I'll probably never be the same. I don't know if I can recover. I desperately need to figure out how to work for myself and have my own things to work on to where I can just be some kind of source of income that I can generate. And it's just me and solely driven by me, and it's only me, and the plan is only me, and the creation of the content or the stuff or whatever it is only me. Not that I'm trying to isolate people out of my life, but I think I just need to do that somehow. Like the one-man band thing that I never have time for because my life is filled with dad stuff, but that kind of a mentality. I think no matter what I do in my life, I need to have that aspect of me come back.
I support that.
Which is weird because I've got the opposite problem I guess Ayako was trying to figure out. But again, you're not looking for someone to collab with necessarily. It's almost like you just need the presence. If I get overwhelmed with the amount of art I have to do and doing it by myself is too intimidating, I think I need someone by me to help me support or just chat. If I'm left to think by myself for too long, whether it's brainstorming a story or drawing something, I start getting too emotional over my own experiences I haven't processed yet. Due to the free time I've created, to create it becomes filled with thoughts to process. I need someone to distract me. Figured it out as I typed.
I get what you're saying.
You're getting stuck in your head. We have a similar problem. As you heard me say to him earlier, I need to quit thinking and need to start doing. At some point in time, you've absorbed enough, right? Information. So you've got to figure out how to put yourself into a do mode. This is where being an idiot helps. If you pay attention to the stupid...
Let me tell you.
If you pay attention to what the stupid people around you that are going to outshine you if you sit still. Why? They did something. Why can I tell you this? Because that's what happened to me sometimes. People lesser than you are going to outshine you because guess what? They actually did something.
Okay, so tying this back into relationships too, that's why sometimes the dumb couples last the longest.
Yeah.
Is because they just do it.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
It's like, okay. And they're not miserable.
No.
It's not like a trade-off. It's like,
No.
well, I guess if I'm dumb and I'm miserable my whole life, it's like, they're not miserable. They're fine.
Yeah. They're just two stupid people came together.
God bless them.
And they're happy in their stupid little world that's not filled with overthinking. The thinking person's curse. You have the thinking person's curse. This is why all the philosophers and hardcore artists are so troubled and weird. And why you hang out with us. Who the hell hangs out with us? Nobody.
Gross.
No, it's weird. I have such a paradoxical experience because so many people want to be in my presence and in union with me, and I just, at a detriment to myself, choose not to be. Because for the reasons she pointed out, everything's so surface level. It's not so much that I'm filled with people that wonder what the printing press is. It's just that I know that this 9 times out of 10, this relationship is about them feeling a certain way, and I'm good at making you feel a certain way. And so you want to be around me. And then it's like, but when do I get something, you know? And then when I speak up about needs or wanting something, I get shamed for it. But then everyone can just endlessly extract from me, I guess, is what it feels like sometimes. And then that just makes me be like, yeah, you know what? What's your point?
Oh, finally. I got his eye in a better place.
Yeah, you don't want to be alone. What is that? I wonder what that is. Because for me, that truly artistic expression, I can't do if I'm interfered with somebody else's energy. So I love that. I love the idea of no one being at the house and just writing riffs, dude. And like my brain doesn't think then. Like my brain shuts off and just turns into a riff machine.
Riff machine.
But she's saying she can't stop the flow of thinking.
I don't know. I don't, but like when I'm drawing, I'm thinking about so much stuff right now. Like my brain's thinking about all kinds of things. I'm also thinking about you guys. What's weird is when people talk and I'm drawing, I can make my brain just kind of like play ideas, sort of. And so like I'm thinking, but I'm not devoting attention to what I'm thinking. I'm just letting that record. It's almost like playing music in the background.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain to somebody how to do that. And I've never ever articulated this out loud. But it is something that like I get that your brain would be running. I just don't know. I mean, I'm just lower IQ, so I can I can just do it.
Ayako, do you journal? Would you be willing to try? Journaling is a risk. Why so? You're afraid somebody's going to find it and leak all your sensitive information on.
She has a sister.
See if you can come up with a solution, because I think that might help you. I mention that because I don't really have a journal, but I kept a string of notes recently to help me dissect something that I needed to think about. And what helped is I would brain dump into that note on my phone, and it felt like I had a container to put those ideas in, to where they become far less invasive during my normal day.
Let's go.
You reminded me of the kid with the train. Let's go. Says, you want to go to?
Okay, let's go.
Do you want to go to John's birthday? John's birthday. Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
You should consider it. You're extraordinarily stubborn. And
Sorry, go ahead.
You're extraordinarily stubborn, and I think it's adorable. Nuh-uh. Just consider it. That's all I'm saying. Consider it, because I think that there might be some value in that for you. Just figure out how you can keep it, or if it's
journal like you sketch. So like I journal like I sketch. And maybe my process and your process is similar but would be different. Is I'm over here right now and I'm building up. I literally built this up from shapes, measurements, and light sort of marks. And as I go on, things can get more specific, but I'm not really concerned super bad with finalized look until I start getting past a certain point. Maybe journaling, don't pressure yourself to have some sort of coherent, awesome journal entry. Just write down what you're thinking with no expectations. Maybe it's open-ended. Maybe you're just honest in your journal about, this is how I feel today. And you know in your head, well, I shouldn't feel this way because of this. Don't worry about all that. Just write down what you're thinking and how you're feeling, and let it be a messy little sketch, but with words.
So, to give you an example, it's like I start something like this, just with the word that I'm feeling, the actual word that I'm feeling, pain, and I'll just write it down. And then after I wrote pain down, this came to me. She's always there. She's been there since I've had memories. And her presence is just more and more intense with every year. And so while I'm lonely and I'm looking for companionship, I've ignored the companion that's been there since the beginning. That's the most consistent. And so I choose to embrace instead of look past this.
Seems like too much work. Like, I already thought of it and process it. I don't want to take the time to write it down. That's kind of what I'm getting at, though, is like, if you do it the way that I think John's trying to encourage you, and the way I'm trying to encourage you, is you're thinking about it as you're writing it down. It's a practice and a skill, and in the end, it'll help you process your more polished thoughts, but I don't know how else to explain it. It's because it's not, hey, I had a good thought earlier, I'm going to journal about that later or whatever. Maybe it is, but the journal's more so for the ideas that you are working through rather than the ones that you feel like you've got a good handle on. Maybe sometimes it's that. I don't know. I'm going to stop talking.
So, because we're kind of rambling and we're blind and old and crippled, I'm gonna read what, since our overlord GPT is so easy at consolidating this, and it'll help us arrange our old man thoughts in the middle of the night for us. I asked it what the benefits of this were, and so this is what we're failing to maybe explain very clearly. So this is what it said. It helps untangle overthinking, turns vague stress into concrete, manageable ideas, makes decisions making easier. Here's a great thing. And this is a journal entry that is benign, maybe. Oh, okay, so do you just want us to stop talking? We'll stop talking about it then. Moving on. Man, I should have spent time this afternoon cooking that Thai chicken I wanted to make. And I am kicking myself in my own hind end that I didn't make it, because, man, I really kind of want that for lunch tomorrow.
I found a sauce that I can have that you probably would like too. It's a Blue Hog sauce, but it's raspberry chipotle.
What the heck is a Blue Hog sauce?
It's a brand.
Oh,
you didn't know
okay.
it? I think it's local, or it's to Kansas City. Sorry, it's called like Blue Hog, and they're. I can only really find them in like Schnucks and like Deerbergs. So I don't know how local they are. I haven't been. Maybe they are in Walmarts and stuff now, but usually it's like I only find it in like local stuff. But it's raspberry chipotle. so it's got a little kick to it, but it's got the specific raspberry puree sort of like sweetness to it. And it almost tastes like if you described the flavor profile of bulgogi to an American and they put it in barbecue.
Like a guy that loves hot dogs?
Yeah. Like it's like a reconstruction of that like sweet Thai chili sauce sort of from like memory, like an American. So raspberry chipotle, and so I can have it. It's not that bad. And I cooked it with my ground beef this week. Also, crossed a new threshold now. So since, I've been kind of like eyeball measuring my potatoes and stuff, because I have the stuff that I put my meals in that like says it's this many cups and stuff like that. So I just kind of eyeball it.
Yeah.
I got a food scale. I got a tape measure. I got a body weight scale. It's like I got a pretty accurate one. As accurate as you can get on Amazon. I'm not gonna go too hard. And I'm gonna see if I can't start cutting some serious weight down. I don't know about a like full cut.
Yeah.
I'm just going into a light deficit, about like 400 to 500 calorie deficit. It's pretty reasonable.
I would say also too, don't underestimate, now that you're like healing, that your body still has the potential to go through a pretty decent recomp phase with very minimal
adjustment.
Yeah. And in either direction. So
that's kind of, I'm leaning more towards recomp than cut, but I do want to cut a little bit of the calories so that it filters into, because everything that I'm seeing, I've been using ChatGPT to help me, it wants me to consider myself at 3,000 calories for maintenance. And I've always told you, I feel like I don't sit that high. Whenever I eat the recommended amount of calories, I just feel like it's too much and it doesn't do much for me.
I mean, I kind of feel that same way too, but at the same time, I think it's correct.
Yeah. But, so it's saying for me that 2,500 calories is a 500 calorie deficit. I'm thinking that's like a 300 calorie deficit, but I'll meet in the middle and say 4. And so I'm going to hit 2,500 calories, but I'm going to measure it all out. And I've got it like, basically cut down to like pretty simple meals that I can have with the dairy and gluten stuff.
There you go.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. When's your follow-up on all that?
I already had my follow-up. She said, I was like, hey, she's like, you have any questions for me? You seem to be doing fine. None of the old symptoms. And I was like, no, a lot of my symptoms have gone away. I was like, I do still have a little bit of fluctuation with it, but it's not as severe. I was like, is that a red flag? Or is that, because I mean, I've seen that it's not, but I also want verification from another source. So I was like, is that okay that it's still kind of like fluctuating a little bit? And she was like, yeah, it's fine. She's like, you've only been doing this for 3 months. She's like, it's not a big deal.
What's funny is I brought this up to Brian when I ran into him recently.
Yeah.
And was talking to him about it in person. And he goes, dude, that's funny you brought that up, because a guy that he works with couldn't get cut, couldn't get into shape, couldn't figure out what anything was going on. And for 10 years or something like that, he was living with the exact same problem. And he said it took him like 2 years to get normal.
Oh.
But once he did, he goes, now don't get it twisted. So many months he was doing real good.
Yeah.
But he said he really, like, after 2 years or so, it was just like his body really settled and got a lot better. So there's a lot. I'm not saying it's going to take you that long, but
no. But I mean, I ballooned up, man. I don't like sitting this heavy. Like I weighed myself the other morning. I'm 245. That's chunky. Now I did bench 300 pounds and I'm squatting 320.
That's awesome.
So like that feels good, but also mass moves mass. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ass moves ass. That is incredible. Well, that's good.
Yeah, but yeah, I figured I'd start just inching away at the calories, and then also make sure that I'm actually hitting exactly what I say I am instead of eyeballing it now to try and dial it in and just make
That's
sure.
what my problem always has been, is that when I eat healthy foods, it is impossible for me to eat enough calories, it feels like, because I cannot eat that much fruit and vegetables. I can't make it happen. And so then when I do fill up my calories, it's on stuff that adds to a body composition that I don't want. So I'm like, how in the world do these guys make it happen?
The thing that I was counting on for a while.
I hate being full of food, man.
I know. The thing that I was counting on for a while was hitting my calorie and protein goals with like protein shakes. But the dairy, like I can't do that. But luckily, Premier Protein created a premix line of almond milk protein. So it has the flavor of like vanilla, like sweetened almond milk.
Yeah.
But it has the plant protein that I can digest. So the OWN brand, it's like OWYN maybe or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Tastes like mud, dude. The worst protein shake you can have. It literally tastes like loose mud. It's the worst. And then like there was a while where there were some protein bars I found that were like, I was like, oh, this is good, because I had one that was like birthday cake flavored, so it was like covered, and I was like, okay. And then I had the like just regular chocolate chip one, and I kid you not, it tasted like I bit into a piece of wet particle board. Like that's what it tastes like.
It reminds me of the Workaholic episode where he convinces them that in order to pass their surprise drug test, they have to eat the ceiling tiles.
Dude.
That show is crazy, man.
That first of all, that show's crazy. I've never watched it.
Oh,
it's
never
one of those.
watched it?
Well, I mean, I've watched like 2 episodes of it.
The first season's all I ever watched, and it's just crazy.
That's one of the funniest things about you is you don't watch a lot of stuff, but the stuff you do watch,
It's
I just
unhinged.
yeah. It's like, for instance, I was listening to something the other day, and somebody was just having a fun conversation with Jordan Peterson, and they were like, "What like brain rot TV do you watch?" And I'm thinking like he's gonna give the stuffy answer of like, I don't watch anything but like plays live, you know. He goes, I like Trailer Park Boys. And I was like, what? He's like, I find that really funny, the Trailer Park Boys. And I was like, that doesn't make any, this is so funny.
I need to watch that because the clips on that always kill me.
Yeah, the one that I always like is you and Ryan send the gif all the time, but of that guy with the whiskey in his hand where he falls out of the thing. He's like,
yeah. That's awesome. Uh-oh, it's time.
oh yeah.
It's time. Thank you, our lonely viewer. We appreciate your contribution.
Good luck, Roku, in whatever you were doing that took you from us.
He may have been abducted. We do not know.
But that's just part of the fun lore that he brings to the group.
Yes.
Dude,
here's the sign off. The old and crippled and blind.
I forgot I liked this on Spotify, and I was listening through my liked playlist, and this started playing after like a death metal song.
That's awesome.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, the old blind crippled man.
I fell asleep.
Dude,
Roku coming in clutch for the goodbye, though. Love to see it.
We love our 2 viewers. We love you.
I genuinely like hanging out with you guys every week.
I know, man. It's pretty cool, dude. It's pretty cool. Well, eventually we'll maybe actually have more people. Who knows? Yeah. Twitch seems to be our mode. We might give up the multicast. I don't know. Twitch seems to be where it's happening.
I woke up to bagpipes. That's a hurdy-gurdy. You put respect on it.
Till next time, my friend. A hurdy-gurdy. Ayako, you need them pocket egg rolls.
I thought you say eventually we'll stream twice a week.
Oh, that was that's a wish list.
I can only dream. We'll come, but I promise I'll come bug you on your streams more, Ayako. I need to be better about that.
She doesn't stream much anymore. It doesn't have time. Doesn't have time right now.
All right. If I stream.
Sometimes I almost hit stream solo. I know you wouldn't care.
I might tune in if I could.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd be doing, just sitting down here on the weekend. I think about that sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. I might do it then. I'll let you know before I do it. I won't just surprise it on people. It might be real boring because I might actually sit and work on something. Which is a lot of like
That's the
riffing. This is it here. Until next time, y'all are the real ones. We're not even real. We just exist here. We're an FBI psyop.